Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we are trying the Royal Brackla, 12 years old, and as you can see there will be a follow-up video with the Royal Brackla 18-year-old. And the Royal Brackla is a 12-year-old whiskey, matured in first filled, second filled and rejuvenated American oak casks, and then finished in Oloroso sherry casks in a combined total of 12 years, 46% ABV, natural color and no chill filtration. And now we look at the Royal Brackla, and to call yourself royal, that is not an easy thing in the United Kingdom, because the royals are the ones who decide who gets a royal warrant and who's allowed to carry it. And we have here on the bottle a lot of information about that. There are tons of information. Let me show you the bottle. Here you see the Royal Crown, Royal Brackla, and here down you read something about King William IV. And here you have the establishing date. Maybe you can't read it. And other side, some very interesting things in here as well. I start off with the establishing date. It was established 1812, so it is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, but it must have been in the tax region of Lowlands and the geographical regions of Highlands. There is an intersection there. Then we have the King's Own whiskey, granted first royal warrant by King William IV in 1833. So in 1833 they went from Brackla, the Brackla distillery, to Royal Brackla distillery. Interesting that they're called Brackla because they are in this town of Cawdor. Maybe the town of Cawdor was renamed after the distillery was founded, but who knows. Yeah, and on the top left you see when the distillery was silent. That's very interesting. I don't know why they printed on there, but it's very interesting to see that. We have it silent from 1813 to 1814, 1940 to 1945, 1964 to 1966, 1985 to 1990. Yeah, and Stephanie MacLeod is the malt master who's overseeing the whole bottling program, or the whole production program, let's say it that way. And as I said before, natural color, no chill filtration, and that's quite a dark whiskey for such a normal age. So it's a classical Oloroso sherry whiskey. It has a lot of dried fruits, very deep, very dark, and a lot of spices and all these Christmas spices. So we're nearly at fall and Christmas is just around the corner. You can see already some Christmas treats in the supermarkets, and this would be a whiskey connoisseur's Christmas treat. It's one of these Christmassy whiskeys that have a little bit of a bitter touch to it as well, like a bitter chocolate and oranges, more orange peel, dried oranges, orange zesty, not as juicy, with a lot of dried fruits, raisins, plums, dried plums, and also a bit of spices like ginger. Smells a little bit like gingerbread as well. Oh, very nice. It's a very intense aroma, very strong on the sherry side, and it has all that stuff I had just in my nose: the plums, the raisins, the oranges, the chocolate, bitter sweetness. All of that is also in the mouthfeel and in the taste, and it's just a wonderful sherry cask matured, sherry finished whiskey, but it's a very strong finish. Sometimes you have just a easy finish with very few drops left in the cask with sherry, and just a short amount of time to extract that out of the sherry. But again, this one is very, very strong. It has probably have left a little bit of a sherry in there. I didn't quite empty them that thoroughly and use the cask to fullest extent to get this intense aroma. I love it. It's a wonderful sherry cask whiskey. Interesting is what will be the future of the Royal Brackla distillery, or maybe will it be called Brackla distillery, because as far as I know is that the royal warrant is stuck at the monarch. If you have the monarch who gave you the royal warrant and he dies, then you are, I don't think you have to immediately give up the royal warrant, but you have like a grace period or something. I'm not quite sure, but the royal warrant is not for life, for eternity. And so if the queen at some point of time will die, probably in 20 years time or something, then they will lose the royal warrant unless they get a new one from the next monarch, so in 40 years time. Okay, it's a really nice whiskey, very much on the sherry side. If you like the classical Oloroso sherry, that is very much on the dried fruit, spiciness, oakiness side, or oakiness doesn't just come from the sherry, then this whiskey is perfect, and it's round about 50, 60-ish. So that's, it's not a bargain, but it's a price that I would say it's okay for such a quality whiskey. Yeah, that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.